Hey everybody, and welcome to some more episodes of Tim's Toy Box. We're really excited. We got a lot of toys, a lot of lots that we bought recently. This is a big one, that's what she said. Check it out. It's a bunch of comic book related toys, so let's go ahead and take a look at what we've got. Here is a nice Predator action figure. I never really collected the Predator figures, mainly because I don't like their articulation. You are one ugly mother. If you see, you can't bend the elbows, you can't bend the legs, so it's really just figures that are good for posing. But not sure what Predator this is, but we got us a nice Predator figure. And these are actually something I have been collecting a little bit more of. These are the Disney Gargoyle figures.
New adventure call. We are dying. Winds blast against the night.
From one of the best animated series, in my opinion, of the 90s and probably of all time, Gargoyles. This is the leader of the good guys, Goliath. As you can see, he doesn't have his wings, but I do have the tail, which is sometimes hard to find. So these are really good figures, and they seem to be making some newer version of these. So really nice pickup. And we have this medieval Spawn figure, one of the figures that I had as a kid, and one of my favorite Spawn figures ever. This guy's first appearance was in Spawn number 9, I believe, which was also the first appearance of Angela. I had that growing up, and unfortunately I don't have it anymore because she's been bought out, I believe, by, was it Marvel? She's now somehow related to Thor or something, so it's getting convoluted, but her first appearance is worth a good bit of money, and it was also Medieval Spawn's first appearance. Right, so now let's get into the bulk of the matter. We've got a lot of X-Men figures. Let's start off with Forge. As you can see, this is in that mid-90s X-Men blue and gold garb. So he's still got his little punch that works. Forge's whole shtick is he's like a super genius, can invent everything, so of course they gave him a thunder punch. Doesn't make any sense. One of my favorite ex-villains, Strife. So these are all in really good shape that I can see. I got this lot off of Goodwill, and he's still got his mask. Looking good. He is a clone of Cable. So there we go. Nice. Speaking of Cable, we do have Cable also.
The name's Cable. Remember it. Apocalypse.
And like I said, these figures are in really good shape. And I know I said I don't like the fact that the Predator figures don't have elbow articulation. But these do at least have knee articulation. So that's nice. Plus, a lot of their actions are still in working order. There we go. So, Cable, looking good. Now, this is pretty fun. The first Deadpool figure. Deadpool is very popular right now, obviously. Deadpool 3 coming out eventually once they finally get the strike all figured out. But good looking Deadpool figure. His action is kind of ridiculous. This knife like goes in and comes out. I don't know. It's weird. But anyway, the first Deadpool figure. Not bad. Little known ex-villain, Grizzly. I don't think his action works. Doesn't look like it. Oh, there it does. Wow. He does a windmill punch. That is weak as hell. He's not a major player or anything, so. But good to have it. I don't even know. Is this... Who is this guy? Is this Kane? I think I have two of him. Is this the same guy? This looks like the same guy. And I believe it is Kane. He's one of the Weapon X guys. Never really that popular. But they made so many of these Toy Biz X-Men figures in the mid-90s. They just kept making them. Anybody who was even in any of the comics could get their own. So they gave it to him. A little Gambit figure with this horrible vinyl, I think it is. I'm not sure what these things are, but they're the worst. It's basically like a rain poncho. It looks like he's got some kind of spring-loaded kick that isn't locking correctly, so we'll have to work on that, see how it goes. But anyway, Gambit figure. Very popular in the mid-90s. Glad they never made that Gambit movie. Channing Tatum, terrible choice to play Gambit. Who was the guy that they got to play him in Wolverine Origin? Taylor Kitsch. Remember when Hollywood was trying to push Taylor Kitsch as a good thing? Deathlock, one of my favorite Marvel anti-hero types. Oh, and we've got a lot of guns too. That's a good thing about this. Good thing about this lot that I got, and that's one reason why I bought it, is because a lot of the accessories were on these as well. And like I said, these figures are just in really good shape, so I'm not gonna have to clean them up at all. It looks like most of them, and you know, some of them we can sell for doubles and stuff like that. So really good find. Another Cable figure. I'm pretty sure this is from a little bit later in the Toy Biz run. The first figure that I came up was the first Cable figure for that. So nice looking Cable figure there. And all these are, like I said, their joints are really tight, so they're going to display really well. So I'm really happy with this. So GW Bridge, X-Force, I don't know. Clearly, he wasn't that big of a deal. So there's that. Alright, now this guy is almost even more obscure. This is Ahab. This guy's big claim to fame was that he was a horseman of apocalypse. I believe he was war. He's got a peg leg, guys. How ridiculous is that? He's a pirate-themed X-Men villain with a peg leg. So ridiculous. Still better than what they're coming up with today, though. Oh, here we go. This is nice, yeah. So this is from the original first line of Toy Biz, and this is your Wolverine figure. Now, he doesn't have elbow articulation, and the reason for that is because he's got these sweet claws. Ha-ha! Action-packed, kiddies. And, yeah, so a nice Wolverine. This is the Wolverine costume uniform thing that I first encountered when I was a kid, because this was his main costume all through the 80s. So this is the maroon and yellow costume. I really like that. And of course, Wolverine, you also have Sabretooth. Very good Sabretooth figure here. He's got the damage on the chest. But I really like this Sabretooth figure, and he does have elbow articulation. So some of them do, some of them don't. But really nice to display. And like I said, these, just looking at them, I don't see any paint issues on almost any of these figures. So that's really key. So here's something we have. This is Cruel. And he's got a whole spiky dreadlock thing. I don't know what that is. Is that terrifying? I don't think that's terrifying. Somebody could just like step on that and he'd whoop, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, not a huge fan of that aspect of the figure, but a nice looking figure. And one of them I had as a kid, so I'm really excited to get that. A Bishop, which is one of my favorite X-Men from the 90s. If you were big into the X-Men when they were popular in the 90s, you know of Bishop. Mutant from the future, where mutants are hunted down, etc. And he's kind of... oh, and he has a little bit of a problem here. The first one we've seen, got a loose elbow there. But it's all good. Still got a couple of his guns, and just a good-looking figure. So, let's see. What is this action? I don't know. I can't tell what that's supposed to do, but we'll figure it out. Forearm. He's called Forearm, obviously, because he has 4 arms. Do you get it? Do you get it? He has 4 arms. You get it? But anyway, yeah, so all 4 arms go like this. It's cool, I guess. He'd be real popular out here in West Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? Especially with these suspenders looks. Hey. I'm not sure, but I think this is some kind of Iron Man thing. What is this?
No. Gargoyles, bro.
Is this Gargoyles? This is the bad guy from Gargoyles. You're correct.
Yeah.
You're correct. I was wrong. My erstwhile producer corrected me. this is the bad guy from Gargoyles. So yeah, he's actually got a lot of his accessories. I'm pretty excited about that. I've got a small gargoyle collection going, and we're just trying to add some more. And clearly I don't know much about them, as I misidentified this guy, but at least I didn't misgender him, because then I'd be canceled. Shatterstar, speaking of misgendering folks, they're misgendering him right now in the comics. Rob Liefeld said he was never meant to be gender binary, fluid, or whatever they're trying to make him. But Shatterstar, really fun character from the 90s. One of my favorite lesser known comic books was actually him versus Wolverine in the pages of Wolverine. Very fun little comic to have. But Shatterstar usually has these double-bladed bastard swords. I can say that because that's what kind of sword it is. And he's got his little choppy motion. Choppy style. There we go. As far as X-Men goes, this might be one of the last ones of the normal-sized. This is Banshee. And his whole thing is Sonic Scream. I'm not sure how his little action works. His leg is bent, as you can say, either that or he's extremely bow-legged.
Blow him.
Oh, is that what it is?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna put my mouth.
Come on,
this.
do it.
I'm not gonna put my mouth.
Do it.
I'm not gonna put my mouth on a toy that's been in a box from Goodwill for the last 8 months. So, we do also have that. I haven't seen this before, but it's Weapon X Wolverine with a bunch of different accessories. I guess his arms and stuff. So it's kind of like a Build-A-Figure. Before that started being all the craze. And we also have this bag full of accessories that go to a bunch of these X-Men that I picked up. In fact, you can see Shatterstar's sword right there. So that'll be interesting. It's a good thing. We got some stuff to go with our figures. And last but not least, we have a couple of more things to talk about. We've got the original 1989 Batman. This is not the Joker from that line, though, I don't think. I think this is either more recent or a little bit older. I could try to find the date on there, but you never know where these dates are. And I'm in my 40s, so it'll be hard to find anyway. But nice little Joker and Batman combo. And got these metal X-Men. I'm going to have to move these a little closer, I think. Interestingly enough, this is Apocalypse and Archangel. If you don't know anything about the comics, Apocalypse turned Warren Worthington III, a.k.a. the Angel, into the Archangel and made him his Horseman of Death, I believe. I think Ahab was war, Archangel was death. But, I might be wrong. It's been a while since I read the books. We also have a Toy Biz Punisher, which they'll never make again. The Punisher has been essentially turned into the redheaded stepchild that Marvel doesn't want to talk about. But here's Punisher. Speaking of, Ray Stevenson, R.I.P. Punisher Warzone is better than the first one because it's just an over-the-top action movie. And it's great. Speaking of Punisher, as you can see, the Dolph Lundgren Punisher Laserdisc. So, eat your heart out, folks. We also have this guy. I believe he's from the Chuck Norris line, if I remember correctly. Might not be. Standard ninja hench figure from the 80s. But it's a good looking figure, and they display well. And last but not least, we have a couple of MOCs. 3, actually. I think I ended up paying about $60-$70 for this entire lot, and it came with all this stuff. I don't usually collect MOCs, but here we go. I've got some Sauron, classic X-Men villain. Now you can see that the stuff is not in the best of shape, but still mint on card. We've got Cruel, the aforementioned, had him a little bit earlier. This guy's been opened as well. Comes with a couple of very interesting accessories. It's a Predator and an alien skull. They molded them to look like that, so, And of course, one of my favorite X-villains of all time, Mr. Sinister. This one's also been opened. All of these have been opened, but all their accessories are still in there. And loving the Mr. Sinister. He is one of the best X-villains, even though they're trying to ruin him currently. And I don't know, we also got this Wolverine card, whatever, guys. But that was it for our mostly X-Men from Toy Biz. One thing I can say is, it was one of my favorite lines, and I'm glad I've been collecting it. And if you like that line, let me know. And tell me, what are your favorite action figures from that line, and what are your favorite storylines from 90s and 80s X-Men comics? I'd like to know. Other than that, please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time on Tim's Toy Box.